Have you ever wondered how Switzerland, a landlocked country with limited natural resources, became one of the wealthiest nations in the world? This small alpine nation, best known for its chocolate, cheese, and watches, has managed to secure a place among the world's economic powerhouses. Switzerland's wealth is not a recent phenomenon. It's a product of centuries of economic progression, strategic planning, and innovative thinking. Today, it boasts one of the highest gross domestic products, GDP, per capita globally, a testament to the country's robust economy and high living standards. It's hard to fathom that this nation, nestled between towering mountain ranges and serene lakes, is an economic titan. But the Swiss story isn't just about numbers, it's about the quality of life. The Swiss enjoy a high standard of living with excellent healthcare, education, and social security systems. And it's not just the Swiss who benefit. The country's wealth also extends to its immigrants, who make up a quarter of the population. Switzerland's wealth is also reflected in its infrastructure. The country is renowned for its efficient public transportation system, punctual trains, and well-maintained roads. Its cities, like Zurich and Geneva, are consistently ranked among the world's most livable, offering a blend of historical charm and modern conveniences. Despite its small size, Switzerland is a global leader in several industries. Swiss companies are at the forefront of sectors like pharmaceuticals, machinery, and finance. And let's not forget the Swiss watch industry, which is synonymous with luxury and precision. But the question remains, how did Switzerland, a country with limited arable land and no access to the sea, manage to accumulate such wealth? The answer lies in its history, its people, and its unique approach to economic development. It's a story that spans centuries, from the Middle Ages to the present day. So, how did Switzerland manage to accumulate such wealth? Let's climb the Swiss Alps of history together. Rewind to the Middle Ages. Switzerland was not always the financial powerhouse as we know it. In fact, during the Middle Ages, Switzerland was largely an agrarian society, a far cry from the economic behemoth we know today. Picture rolling green hills dotted with small farms and humble homesteads. The Swiss were primarily farmers and herders. Their wealth measured not in gold or silver, but in the bounty of their lands and the fruits of their labor. The country was relatively poor, especially when compared to neighboring kingdoms and empires overflowing with gold and riches. But, as the saying goes, necessity is the mother of invention. The Swiss, resilient and resourceful, made the most of their circumstances. They cultivated their lands, tended to their animals, and produced goods that were simple, yet essential. But it wasn't just about survival. The Swiss were also laying the groundwork for something much bigger. They started to develop trade routes, initially modest, but crucial for the country's future prosperity. These routes connected Swiss farmers and producers to the outside world, opening up markets and opportunities that were previously out of reach. These trade routes became the veins and arteries of the Swiss economy, pumping life and vitality into the once humble agrarian society. Goods from Swiss farms found their way to bustling markets in distant lands, bringing in much-needed wealth and fostering economic growth. But this was just the initial spark. The flame of prosperity was yet to catch on. The Swiss, however, were patient. They understood that wealth and prosperity weren't achieved overnight. They kept tending to their lands, nurturing their animals, refining their products, and expanding their trade routes. Bit by bit, they were building the foundation of their wealth. The seeds of wealth were being sown, but it was just the beginning. The Swiss were just getting started, and the best was yet to come. It was a slow and gradual process, but with each passing year, the Swiss were inching closer to becoming the economic powerhouse that we know today. The Middle Ages may have been a time of relative poverty for Switzerland, but it was also the era that set the stage for the country's future prosperity. As the world moved into the era of industrialization, so did Switzerland. The 19th century marked a turning point in the nation's history, with the onset of industrialization playing a pivotal role in shaping its economic landscape. Where once the Swiss economy was dominated by agriculture, now it began to shift towards industry and manufacturing. This was a time of great change, a period of transformation that saw the rise of new industries and the decline of old ones. Textiles, once a cottage industry, grew into a major economic force. From lace to cotton, Swiss textiles were sought after for their quality and craftsmanship. This industry not only boosted the economy but also provided employment for thousands, contributing to the growth and prosperity of the Swiss middle class. The machinery industry also took off during this period. Swiss precision and attention to detail, traits honed over centuries of watchmaking, proved to be just as valuable in the production of machinery. From printing presses to railway equipment, Swiss-made machines were synonymous with reliability and efficiency. Moreover, the chemical industry began to emerge, laying the foundation for Switzerland's future as a global leader in pharmaceuticals. Researchers and entrepreneurs turned their attention to the science of chemistry, seeking new ways to improve health and well-being. But it wasn't just about the rise of new industries, it was about the spirit of innovation and adaptability that the Swiss people embodied. They were not content to simply follow the industrial trends of the time. Instead, they sought to carve out their own niche, to create products and services that were uniquely Swiss. This adaptability, this willingness to change and innovate, is at the heart of Switzerland's industrial success. It's what allowed them to transition from an agrarian society to an industrial one, without losing their distinct identity or compromising their commitment to quality. Industrialization paved the way for economic growth, but Switzerland's true wealth lied in its ability to adapt and innovate. Welcome to the 20th century, the birth of Swiss banking as we know it. As the calendar pages turned, ushering in the 20th century, a new era dawned for Switzerland, an era that would see the country transform into a global banking powerhouse. The early days of the century were marked by a flurry of activity within the banking sector, as it began to flourish and expand in an unprecedented manner. At the heart of this transformation was the introduction of banking secrecy laws. These laws, enacted in the early part of the 20th century, promised confidentiality to their clients. They ensured that the details of a bank account and its holder would remain a well-guarded secret, not to be disclosed to anyone without the express permission of the account holder. This was a game changer. The allure of secrecy was irresistible to many. Foreign wealth began to flow into Switzerland's banks, drawn by the promise of anonymity and security. The wealthy from across the globe sought to safeguard their assets in Swiss banks, away from the prying eyes of governments and tax authorities. The Swiss banking sector, once a small player in the global financial arena, was now a magnet for international wealth. In addition to attracting foreign wealth, the banking secrecy laws also sparked a boom in domestic banking. Swiss citizens, reassured by the confidentiality offered by their banks, began to invest more heavily. The banking sector, fueled by this influx of both domestic and foreign wealth, thrived. It wasn't all smooth sailing, of course. The banking sector faced its share of challenges, from economic fluctuations to changing global regulations. But through it all, Swiss banks stood firm. They adapted, they evolved, and they continued to grow. And so, as the 20th century progressed, the role of Switzerland as a banking hub solidified. Banking became a cornerstone of the Swiss economy, a major contributor to its wealth and prosperity. With banking secrecy laws in place, Switzerland was poised to become a global financial hub. And indeed, that's exactly what it became. The 20th century was the birth of Swiss banking as we know it, a remarkable period that shaped the country's destiny in the world of finance. In the aftermath of World War II, Switzerland's wealth started to snowball. Nestled in the heart of Europe, this small country remained neutral during the global conflict, a decision that allowed it to maintain economic stability while much of the world was in disarray. Instead of rebuilding from the ashes, Switzerland was able to focus its resources on expansion and growth. This period of post-war prosperity was marked by the burgeoning of several key industries. Pharmaceuticals, for instance, began to thrive. Swiss companies, equipped with state-of-the-art research facilities and top-tier talent, started to produce groundbreaking medicines that revolutionized healthcare worldwide. In parallel, the technology sector began to flourish. Switzerland, with its strong emphasis on education and research, became a hub for innovation. Companies worked tirelessly to develop new technologies, from precision engineering to computer science, attracting global attention and investment. But perhaps the most iconic symbol of Swiss prosperity in the latter half of the 20th century is the luxury goods industry. Swiss watches, chocolates, and other high-quality products became coveted symbols of opulence and class. These industries not only boosted the Swiss economy but also reinforced the country's reputation for impeccable quality and craftsmanship. This era also saw the strengthening of the Swiss banking sector. Thanks to a robust regulatory framework and a tradition of banking secrecy, Switzerland became a global financial hub. Its banks manage vast amounts of foreign wealth, further contributing to the country's prosperity. In essence, the post-war period was a golden age for Switzerland. The country's strategic neutrality during the war, coupled with its commitment to quality and innovation, enabled it to build a diverse and resilient economy. This was a time when the Swiss were not just surviving, but truly thriving. They were pushing the boundaries of what was possible in science, technology, and craftsmanship, and the world was taking notice. Switzerland's commitment to innovation and quality was paying off. As we move into the 21st century, Switzerland continues to shine as a beacon of prosperity. In the new millennium, the Swiss economy has remained robust and resilient, staying true to the principles that have guided it to its enviable position. The banking sector, a cornerstone of the Swiss economy, continues to thrive. Swiss banks, known for their discretion and reliability, manage a staggering 2/3 of all international cross-border assets. This has kept Switzerland at the forefront of global finance, earning it the moniker, the Bank of the World. But the Swiss economy is not just about banking. It's also about producing high-quality goods that are coveted worldwide. Swiss watches, for instance, are synonymous with luxury and precision. Swiss pharmaceuticals, too, are renowned for their quality and innovation. Companies like Roche and Novartis are leaders in their field, contributing significantly to the country's exports and reputation. Switzerland's economic success in the 21st century is not only the result of its strong banking sector and high-quality goods, but also its commitment to innovation. The country consistently ranks as one of the world's most innovative owing to its heavy investment in research and development, particularly in sectors like biotechnology, pharmaceuticals, and information technology. Switzerland's high standard of living is also worth mentioning. It has one of the highest gross domestic product, GDP, per capita in the world, and its citizens enjoy a high quality of life with excellent healthcare, education, and social security systems. Moreover, the Swiss have always been averse to debt, preferring to live within their means. This financial prudence has served them well, resulting in a strong and stable economy that is able to weather economic storms. In the 21st century, Switzerland has shown the world that it is possible to have a strong, diversified economy that provides a high standard of living for its citizens, while also being a responsible global player. Switzerland's journey to wealth is a tale of resilience, adaptation, and innovation. This small landlocked nation has leveraged its strengths, embraced change, and carved out a unique economic model that continues to inspire and impress. Switzerland's wealth journey offers valuable lessons for nations around the world. It's a story that carries the power of transformation, the strength of adaptation, and the courage of innovation. Let's recap this remarkable journey. Nestled within the Alps, Switzerland began its tale as a land rich in natural resources, but it was the Middle Ages that truly laid the foundation of its wealth. Through the establishment of trade routes and the production of goods, Switzerland began to flourish economically. The 19th century marked a period of industrialization, propelling Switzerland further along its path to prosperity. The country embraced change and adapted, fostering economic growth through industries such as textile manufacturing and engineering. Then came the 20th century, a time of banking revolution. Switzerland established itself as a safe haven for assets, attracting global wealth with its robust banking system. This not only diversified its economy, but also solidified its status on the global stage. The late 20th century saw post-war prosperity and a surge of innovation. Switzerland capitalized on its highly skilled workforce, leading to advancements in sectors such as pharmaceuticals and technology. Fast forward to the 21st century, and we see a modern Swiss economy that is diverse and resilient. It is a testament to the country's ability to adapt and innovate, to create high-quality goods and services that are renowned worldwide. The Swiss journey reminds us that wealth is not just about natural resources or a booming economy. It's about the ability to adapt, to innovate, and to consistently produce high-quality goods. It's about creating a system that not just attracts wealth, but sustains it. This tale of transformation from a resource-rich, landlocked nation to a global economic powerhouse is a lesson in resilience, adaptation, and innovation. If you've enjoyed this video about Switzerland's wealth journey, why not give this video a thumbs up? And if you're new here, consider hitting the subscribe button and the bell icon to ensure you never miss out on a new fascinating video like this one.